Hey, good morning. Committee on Transportation has an 11 o'clock agenda for SCRs. I do apologize. I know I said at the last hearing that would be our last hearing, but I just wanted to make sure that we have good discussion on all vehicles. So I apologize for that, members. Okay, so we do have an 11 o'clock agenda. We're in conference room 423. It's Wednesday, April 13, 2022, and we are at the state capitol. Okay. Up first, we have SCR 193. Okay, requesting DOT to develop a plan for cost-effective disposition of certain equipment at our airports. Okay, members, up first, we have DOT.
Good morning, Chair Aquino, Vice Chair Ilagan, and honorable members of the Transportation Committee, Jade Butay for DOT. We stand on our submitted written testimony in support.
Okay, thank you very much, Director. Okay, up next we have Gerard Silva. Okay, in opposition. Okay, that's all the testimony we have. Any others wishing to testify? Seeing none, members, any questions? Okay, seeing none, let's move on to the next measures. Next measure. SCR 136. This requests DOT to prepare a proposed list and prioritize projects for safe routes around certain neighborhoods serving certain folks of our population. Okay. Let's see. Members, we do have late testimony from DOT.
Good morning, Chair. I apologize for the late submittal of our testimony, but we stand on our testimony in support.
Okay, thank you, Director. Okay, Melody Aduha, Health Committee, Democratic Party of Hawaii. Okay, also in support. Any others wishing to testify? Okay, seeing none, members, any questions? Okay, seeing no questions, let's move on to the next. Okay, SCR 167, Senate Draft 1. Okay, urging DOT to convene a task force for an MPO on the County of Hawaii. Okay. Okay, up first we have Gerard Silva. Okay, in opposition. Okay, late testimony from DOT.
Aloha, Chair. We stand on our late submitted written testimony, offering comments.
Okay, thank you very much, Director. Up next, we have Ashley Kikirwicks, Hawaii County Council. Okay, support. Okay, any others wishing to testify on this resolution, SCR 167, Senate Draft 1? Seeing none, members, any questions? Okay, seeing none, let's move on to the next, SCR 84. Members, we heard and passed a similar resolution. This would request the auditor to conduct an audit of harbor inspection procedures of state departments and federal agencies for shipping containers regarding the prevention of illegal fireworks importation. Okay. First, we have DOT.
Aloha, Chair. We stand on our submitted written testimony, offering comments. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Director. Okay, Les Kondo, Office of the Auditor.
Yeah. Good morning. I'm Les Kondo. I'm the state auditor. As the chair noted, there was a prior concurrent resolution that the committee had passed out. Our testimony has changed, and I apologize for that. In taking a closer look at the resolution, and I recognize that it's an important issue to stop the flow of illegal fireworks, I think the concern that I have after looking at the resolution more closely is that I don't think the proposed audit will provide the result or be meaningful. And what I mean by that is it's my understanding that currently the only inspections that are done at the harbors of incoming cargo are by the Department of Agriculture looking for invasive pests. It's my understanding there is no inspection by Department of Transportation, Harbors Division, or anyone else for the purposes of looking at illegal fireworks. And an audit would look at a process that is in place by a department or an agency and would assess whether or not that process is being performed in a way to achieve its statutory mission. So in the case of the inspections or an audit of the inspections for illegal fireworks, if there is no inspection that is currently ongoing, there is no real value to the audit. So I wanted to bring that to the committee's attention. I know that's different from our testimony on the prior concurrent, the prior resolution. But I wanted to provide the committee with a different perspective that perhaps the audit that is being requested may not be as meaningful as the committee may hope. Thank you very much for the opportunity to testify.
Okay, thank you very much, Auditor. Okay, members, we do have opposing testimony from Gerard Silva. Any others wishing to testify? SCR 84. Seeing none, members, any questions? Okay, Rep. Lopresti.
Mr. Kondo,
Yes.
thank you for your testimony, sir. So if I understand you correctly, as the auditor, you're basically saying you've already just done the audit, which is to say there's nothing for you to examine with regard to this resolution. Might that be accurate?
No, not totally. In looking at the two reports that are referenced in the resolution itself, the 2011 Illegal Fireworks Task Force report, and then the 2019 LRB follow-up of that report, it appears from both of those reports that there is no inspection at the harbors for the purposes of looking at the illegal fireworks. So that's what I'm basing my testimony on. It's based upon, a relatively recent follow-up by LRB in 2019 that is suggesting there is no inspection. And without an inspection process ongoing, there is really nothing for us to audit.
Right. That's what I meant, I suppose, somewhat tongue in cheek, is if you did an audit, it would probably consist of what you just said.
Probably.
So resolution accomplished, right? And maybe it doesn't need to go much further than, or it needs to be rewritten. Thanks.
Chair.
Okay, thank you very much. Rep. Nakamura.
And just as a follow-up question, are there jurisdictional issues as well?
Well, the way the resolution is worded, the requested audit, it's requesting us to assess not only the State Department's inspections, which I mentioned there are none, but also the federal agencies. And we don't have the statutory authority to audit federal agencies and the federal agencies' processes. And like I said earlier, I'm not aware of any federal inspections either. I think that the 2011 task force report also mentioned concerns by the Department of the Attorney General as to whether or not they are, legally allowed to randomly inspect cargo without any kind of probable cause if they're looking for illegal fireworks. But that's outside of my area. But I just note for the committee that there was that comment by the Department of Attorney General in 2011.
Thank you very much.
Okay. Thank you very much, members. Any other questions? Oh, Rep. Lopresti, second time.
Department of Transportation.
Yes, Rep.
Hi. I would like to know if you or your administration has ever thought to make any recommendations for inspections and how that might go forward. Perhaps that's already happened and I'm just not aware of it.
Well, the bottom line is that we don't have the legal authority to inspect containers, even if we wanted to, because our mission is to ensure the flow of cargo, and inspection will delay the flow of cargo. And, we move about 1.5 million TEUs or 750,000 containers a year, so we're not able to inspect everyone.
So what is it that Department of Transportation police do? If not, make sure there's not contraband and stuff coming through at the harbors.
Ed, can you unmute Ed Manglalan, Chair?
Okay. Thank you, Director.
Ed, can you answer the question?
Hi, good morning, Chair and members of the committee. To answer Rep. Lopresti, the jurisdiction for inspection of containers falls under the United States Department of Homeland Security. As part of the Homeland Security, the U.S. Coast Guard maintains jurisdiction to inspect domestic shipping containers, and the U.S. Customs and Border Protection maintains jurisdiction to inspect foreign shipping containers.
Okay, so that's foreign containers, and so foreign is, sorry, domestic is the Coast Guard and foreign is, what did you say?
Patrol. Yeah, border protection.
Border protection.
Customs
Okay.
and border protection.
And so it's basically a matter of interstate commerce clause in the Constitution that would prevent a state from inspecting interstate commerce? Is that what you're saying?
That is correct.
Okay, so in a sense, it would be unconstitutional. I see. Thank you.
Thank you very much, members. Any other questions? Okay, moving on to the last. Thank you very much. SCR 138, Senate Draft 1. This urges the city and county of Honolulu to celebrate the 50th anniversary of a certain bikeway on Windward, Oahu, and recognize two individuals that worked very hard to establish it. Okay, first we have Dr. Danny DeGracia II. Support Alex Lichten. Also in support, any others wishing to testify? SCR 138, Senate Draft 1. Seeing none, members, any questions? Seeing none, we're going to recess for decision making. Here reconvening our 11 o'clock agenda for decision making, members and members of the audience. Okay, SCR 193. Okay, recommendation, members, is to move this as is. Any questions or concerns, members? Seeing none, Vice Chair.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. The recommendation of the chair is to pass SCR 193 as is. Chair votes aye. Vice Chair votes aye. Representative Clark.
Aye.
Representative Hashimoto. Aye. Representative Kitagawa is excused. Representative Lopresti.
Aye.
Representative Nakamura.
Aye.
Representative Takumi is excused. And Representative Matsumoto.
Aye.
Chair, your measure is adopted.
Okay, thank you very much, members. Moving on to SCR 136, Senate Draft 1. This is a request for DOT to prepare a proposed list and prioritize projects to create safe routes for senior citizens living in housing units, rentals, hotels, condominiums, and residential places statewide. Members, the recommendation is to move this as a House Draft 1. We're just making some technical amendments. Okay, any questions or concerns, members? Seeing none, Vice Chair.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Noting the absence of Representative Kitagawa and Representative Takumi for this measure and for future measures hereafter for this hearing. Any members wishing to vote with reservations Any members wishing to vote no? With all members voting aye, Chair, your measure is adopted.
Okay, thank you very much. Members, moving on to SCR 167, Senate Draft 1. This would urge DOT to convene a task force to recommend policy and provide guidance to assist the County of Hawaii in the establishment of an MPO. Okay. Members, the recommendation is to move this as a House Draft 1, but just with some technical amendments. Okay, any questions or concerns, members? Seeing none, Vice Chair, House Draft 1.
Any members wishing to vote with reservations? Any members voting no? With all members voting aye, Chair, your measure is adopted.
Okay, thank you very much, members. Moving on to SCR 84. Okay, members, we did hear some testimony. Okay, and we did hear a similar House concurrent resolution that addresses some of the concerns. But members, the recommendation is to defer. Okay, and on to the last SCR 138, Senate Draft 1. Members, the recommendation is to move this as a House Draft 1, just with some technical amendments. Questions or concerns? Seeing none, Vice Chair.
Any members voting with reservations? Any members voting no? With all members voting aye, Chair, your measure is adopted.
Okay, thank you very much. We're adjourned. See you in conference.